Hi there, this submission is from Thomas, and you can really feel his excitement about the end of lockdown from this. It had ended. It was truly over. After months in our house, we were going to be allowed out. We'd been warned this was going to happen, so we'd already planned our perfect day. And here it was. The day was upon us, the day the whole entire world was waiting for, the day the lockdown was finally going to end. I had waited for this day for so long, like a baby bird waiting for its mother to return. Every second, every minute being in lockdown had been the hardest time of my life. I was stressed out of my mind, terrified and scared, as so was the rest of the world. But unlike others, it felt like I was living my very worst nightmare. Every day I tried to stay positive. It worked, but yet it did not. Every time it was mentioned, my mind would begin to drown in a sea of panic while trapped in a storm of rage and anger. So I decided to leave reality and escape to my own world where no one could harm me, where no one would be able to break my soul. But I was wrong. Even there, my mind was never at peace. I was just like a newborn baby. My mind was blank. I had no understanding of what was going on. Each day I had hoped that the next day would be the day that it was finally over, only to find that I was wrong and that this cycle repeated itself again and again and again. Most would have assumed that I was going insane, because isn't that the definition of insanity? Well, I wasn't. Well, sort of. Not in a way you would think. I have thought for a long time to think about it, and it took what has just happened to figure it out. It is that I'm not like everyone else. I'm somewhat different. In a way that I see the world for its positives, but on the inside I can see the absolute darkness that was going on, and just chose to ignore it, hoping it would go away forever. But it never did. So that is when it hit me. The whole point of life is not to seek more of that, but it is to enjoy it for as long as you can. The day had begun like any other day, but this day yet felt special. Normally I would be drawn towards bed like a man who had been put in a trance, but today was different. Today I was looking like a true survivor and feeling like a little kid. In my head I could hear the sound of a piano creating a melody of true and utter joy, yet filled with sadness. It was beautiful. The song was so elegant and filled with grace that it brought a stream of tears down my face, for this day was going to be the happiest day of my entire life. I could feel it. I came downstairs to find a breakfast that looked as if it was not for one person, but it was for the birthday of 1,000. There was enough food to feed an army, or to feed the stomachs of a happy family who had endured so much that it felt like it had been forever. The food was delicious. It brought my taste buds to tears. It was just so good. Once we finished, we decided to go for a long family walk. The door opened like it felt as if something grand and wondrous was about to happen. I went out the door slowly, as if I'd never been outside for a very long time, like I'd been gone, but yet it felt like I'd never left in the first place. The sun shined its brightest, warming up the day. In the sky I saw a rainbow with all its wonderful colours, bringing a smile to my day. The walk was long, and that was just what I had hoped. Most would want to be taken someplace amazing or exciting. Me, I was just happy to enjoy a long and peaceful walk with my family. We saw so many out of their homes. Joy filled their eyes, excitement was inside their bones, and there was a feeling that passed around that brought everyone to a joyous mood. Everyone dancing with no worries to weigh them down. No, not at all. Everyone sung at the top of their lungs with pure joy in their voices. The sight of smiles was everywhere, and it was hard not to join in with it because it was finally over. As we returned, I could hear the sound of pure excitement, and it spread all around the street. It made everyone get up and dance. Everywhere you looked, there were just people dancing without a care in the world. So I decided to join in. We danced like there was no tomorrow. My body lit up like a firework. I was ecstatic. I felt like I could dance all night, all the way through till day. As time passed, it began to ease down, so we headed home, and I decided to go out in the garden. I set up, placing my pillars of the art I had created over the time lockdown had happened. I placed my headphones around my ears and had played the melody that kept me calm through all of this. Soon my mind began to ease down, and I started to forget about all that was going on around me. I felt as if I was a leaf blowing gracefully through the wind. As I drifted, I looked back on all that had happened, and I thought to myself, I'm glad that we were able to get through this. It had been a journey for us all, and believe that after all this, our lives will never be the same as it ever was again.